In this video, I present you the top 15 most beautiful Christmas markets of Switzerland. Whether you're strolling through snowy alpine villages, wandering along lake shores, or exploring lively urban centers, Switzerland truly enchants with its festive spirit. If you're searching for inspiring gift ideas, delicious seasonal specialties, warm Glühwein, or magical Christmas parades, you'll find it all at these 15 unforgettable markets. Strap yourself in and get ready for what might be just the most complete travel guide video here on YouTube about Switzerland's best Christmas markets. Hello everyone, let's get started with the first one in this top 15 most beautiful Christmas markets of Switzerland list. Number 1 would be the one in Basel. We start with one of the most beautiful Christmas markets in all of Europe. Basel hosts two main markets that are nearby, one at the Baumstriezl and the other one at the Münsterplatz, just next to the main church. The moment you arrive in here, you'll feel enchanted by the magical spirit of Christmas. Normally, it's the entire setting of the location, narrow alleys and the beautiful houses combined with lighting decorations and stalls that contribute to the magic of the market. In Basel alone, the beautifully decorated stalls make up for the entire magical spirit of Christmas. Basel's Christmas market feels like an open-air museum. Really, one stall is more beautiful than the other one. And I can assure you, having been to many wonderful Christmas markets around Europe, Basel ranks indeed among the top 5 markets regarding the beauty of the stalls. Not only is it great to come here to take a look at the many beautifully decorated huts, but also to hunt for some great presents for your family and friends. Myself, often I do not know what exactly I should buy for my parents, brothers or their kids, but I always end up with many great gifts after having visited this market here. You find plenty of great things, ranging from a variety of Christmas baubles, nativity scenes figurines and other Christian decoration items, magic pans for painting, artisanal glass items, candles, lamps like these beautiful stars, lighting decorations for your celebration at home, general winter deco items, and a lot more. It's simply amazing. Besides all the beautiful present ideas and heavily decorated stalls, you can also get various snacks in here that are typical for the season: giant meat skewers, Raclette, Crêpes, delicious Hungarian Baumstriezl, fresh Berliner, chocolate-coated fruits, and so on. You definitely will have a great time on Basel's Christmas market. For number 2, we have to change the canton of Valais to the Swiss Alps. Among all Christmas markets presented in here, that one is the one located on the highest altitude. Up on 1,600 meters in the probably most beautiful alpine village of Switzerland, you will have your perfect winter wonderland moment. Le Ferry de Noël is a Christmas market that invites with many beautiful stalls, but also its fairy tale atmosphere. You have spectacular artist shows. Last year the theme was the magic of fire. Even Santa decided to spend a visit to the market, arriving through the church tower. And even more, you see various fairy tale figures and dressed up people roaming around the alleys of Grimentz. Besides the cultural program, Grimentz Old Town is beautifully decorated with plenty of lights, thus really take your time to explore this market. The old wooden houses and the various lamps, candles and Christmas figurines, everything just perfectly blends together. The entire magic is even amplified when there is snowfall, something that happens quite frequently up here. Well, what more could one wish for? The market has a very local vibe. Most of the vendors are from the region. Their goods being sold are unlikely to be found on other markets of Switzerland. The atmosphere is unhurried and just very cozy. There are great foods you can try up here: fresh Grete breads, filled croissants, marshmallows for caramelizing over the fire, and more. The restaurant in the middle of the old village serves great crêpes in different varieties, savory or sweet ones. The Christmas market is held yearly around mid-December, unfortunately only on one weekend. I advise to visit it on Saturday as the stalls remain open for longer. With number 3, we're heading all the way down to the south of Switzerland to the wonderful city of Lugano. When people talk about Christmas markets, Italy is rarely mentioned, and same goes for the Italian-speaking part of Switzerland. Ticino hosts very inviting Christmas markets, one of them being in Lugano. Lugano has a very beautiful small old city which serves as a great location for a Christmas market. The alleys full of heavy lighting decorations, these giant Christmas baubles, the piazza with the large Christmas tree and the promenade by the lake make up for Lugano hosting one of Switzerland's best Christmas markets. Although Lugano being one of the major cities of Switzerland, this Christmas market here is not overly commercialized, which you can easily see from the various stalls. Many of the gifts sold in here are handmade, and I rarely met the same vendors elsewhere. There are a lot of interesting stalls to be explored. Surely you will find great presents for Christmas. Besides the many stalls, Lugano also has a good cultural program. There are a couple of artists around. On the piazza, there is a grand spectacle of acrobats. As there are many restaurants around the old city of Lugano, you will not find too much food sold on the market itself. This might be odd, but I can assure you, you won't leave Lugano being hungry. Number 4 would be the Christmas markets in the city of Bern. This is one of the less talked about larger cities of Switzerland for visiting Christmas markets. Similar to Basel and Zurich, Bern hosts a few Christmas markets, of which each one has its own vibe. The most important one to mention here is the Sternenmerit that is at the Große Schanze near the Swiss Parliament. This Christmas market charms with different kinds of lighting decorations, as the name suggests, with its many stars around. This market you can find several stalls with present ideas. Overall, I would say it's quite a commercial market with a large variety of street food. Especially up on the hill, you can try various international dishes like Taiwanese, Mexicano, Greek or French food. The market is located inside a park, which provides a nice atmosphere, perfect for families to go with kids. There's also a merry-go-round, and if you're lucky, you will bump into these charming ladies that bring extra magic to the market. The other larger market is at the Waisenhausplatz. This one is less dedicated to foodies, but overall quite commercial, with many stalls you'll find on other markets throughout the year. Just in front of the big minster, you'll find a third smaller market, of which I think has a charming and traditionally Christian atmosphere. In here you can buy things like candles and decoration items, overall more dedicated to the season. The market furthermore is not so busy in here, which might be a good option for you if you prefer it a bit more quiet. With number 5 we're changing to my home region, and that would be the Märlistadt in Stein am Rhein. This Christmas market is held within the beautiful medieval town of Stein am Rhein. Unlike a traditional Christmas market, the Märlistadt Stein am Rhein combines the magic of Christmas with traditional fairy tales. The market is suitable for all age groups to visit, but the focus on targeting families is quite apparent. There is a yearly fairy tale parade, a large merry-go-round, Fairy Faba is often on the market, and there is also a fairy tale trail. Throughout the old city of Stein am Rhein, you can find various windows with special decorations where you can read a fairy tale. By following the stations in the right order, you can work yourself through the entire story. Every year there will be a new one told. The Märlistadt opens on the first Wednesday in December with a spectacular parade at 5:30 p.m. where you'll see a group of Trychler marching through the main gate towards the town hall. You will also see Fairy Faba and her fellow elf Nox, which by the way is starred by me. Much is happening during the entire month of the Märlistadt, the grand opening as just mentioned, the medieval Christmas market that is held on one weekend near the main church and at the former monastery. There is even a sword fight show, very impressive. Then there are also concerts, and even St. Nicholas will spend a visit to the town on 6th of December. The market is open for the entire December until very early January. The Märlistadt is furthermore probably the only Christmas market that is open on Christmas Day itself. However, if that date falls on a Monday or Tuesday, on these 2 days of the week, the market will be always closed. On the market you'll find various food stalls, crêpes, raclette, Asian food and even a fondue hut. Very good are the curry sausages from Don Fuego as well as its delicious Feuerzangenbowle. The Baumstriezl you get here in Stein am Rhein is one of the best as it is prepared in the traditional way. Besides the amazing Christmas market, the very festive atmosphere and the great program, I highly recommend you visiting the Krippenwelt Museum, which showcases all kinds of nativity scenes from all over the world. In here you find various interpretations from the Philippines, Peru, Poland, Persia, Tanzania, Italy and so on. Quite a highlight, and well, what better time could you choose to visit this museum? Number 6, we're going more secret, internationally not very much known, will be the Christmas market of Chur. No doubt one of the most beautiful Christmas markets of Switzerland, but unfortunately only open on one weekend, on a Friday and a Saturday. The Christmas market of Chur is held in the Old Town, which makes this one stand out from the others on this list. Chur has one of the most beautiful old sections among all cities in Switzerland, which looks even more alluring when the Christmas market is on. Easy to reach by train, you need to walk for about 8 to 10 minutes past the Gstaad, which is another market of Chur that remains open for the entire month until Christmas. The market in the old city is more dedicated to the local artisans and the shop owners. Here you can find many great present ideas or decoration items like mistletoes, different kinds of Christmas figurines, various candles, artisanal glass and so on. The market is pretty large, it reaches into almost every alley of the town, thus a lot to discover. Despite all the wonderful Christmas booths, also do look up at times to admire the beautiful lighting decorations that really nicely blend with the old houses. This Christmas market is a must visit for those that want to avoid the standard commercialized markets like Bern or Zurich. My advice, come here on Friday if you can, as on Saturday the market already closes at 7 p.m, which is too early in my opinion. With number 7 we're going even more secret, and that will be the Christmas market of Bülach. This market here is a true local favorite. Bülach is not the typical town people would visit if they travel to Switzerland. When it comes to seeing Switzerland's best Christmas markets, Bülach should definitely be taken into account. The Christmas market is one of the first ones opening up, usually in the second half of November. This only for 3 days from Friday to Sunday. For visiting the market and seeing the many stalls, I would suggest to come here on Friday or Saturday, as the market remains open until 9 p.m. On Sunday, it already closes at 7. Bülach may not be the most beautiful place of Switzerland. The center around the town hall, however, is really cute. This is exactly where the market is located at. The many beautiful stalls complemented by the old buildings makes this market stand out from the other ones of Switzerland. In addition, Bülach's Christmas market feels very local, which you can see from the goods sold in here. It is quite unlikely that you'll find the same present ideas on the larger Christmas markets. While Friday and Saturday are perfect for visiting the market and taking a close look at the stalls, On Sunday you should come again for the very highlight, which is the St. Nicholas Parade. After 5 p.m. you'll see the arrival of the Trychler, followed by angels and many Santas. The processions take about half an hour and will leave you astonished. In my opinion, the Klausumzug of Bülach is the most beautiful parade you could see on any of the Swiss Christmas markets. Number 8, very close to where I'm from, and that would be the medieval Christmas market at the Rheinfall. A secret tip for a bit of a different kind of Christmas market. I will show you 2 Christmas markets that are held in a medieval town. Now let me show you what is a medieval Christmas market. On a yearly basis at Laufen Castle by the Rheinfall there is a medieval Christmas market held for 3 days, from Friday to Sunday. Instead of traditional Christmas stalls, you now often will see tents where you can buy various medieval goods like horns, cups, swords, jewelry, decoration items and more. Besides the artisan stalls, there are also many foodie stalls serving you sort of medieval-like dishes. I in particular like this one here with the many pots from where you can get soups. Usually the market is held during the first weekend of December. Around that time there is a good chance for snowfall, which makes it really magical to be there. Also, do not forget to head into the yard of the castle. There are more stalls to be seen, listen to some medieval songs, meet an Oriental trader who came from far to sell his spices, or listen to some man playing horn. Try out gambling at this stall playing Roulette, or listen to a storyteller and learn about a new fairy tale, or perhaps take a seat on a manual Ferris wheel. As you see, this market really stands out from the rest. And with number 9, we're changing to one of the very hot spots of Switzerland, to Montreux. This is probably the most viral Christmas market on Instagram, at least when it comes to Switzerland. The Montreux Noel market is one of its kind as it's not held in a typically Christmassy environment. In a town with a mild climate just by the lake, it often does not feel too wintry, but as you arrive here, trust me, none of that matters. The many beautiful stalls full of artisan products will easily compensate for that. Although being a very hot spot in Switzerland, the market is dedicated to local small businesses and artisans, which provide a unique and authentically Swiss Christmassy experience. If you look for great present ideas, definitely on this market you will find them. What they sell here, for example, would be various kinds of lamps or plenty of decoration items for your home during the winter season, such as typically Swiss motifs, for your bookshelf or for on your Christmas tree. With the many interesting stalls, the market soon will feel larger than it already is. It stretches over a couple of 100 meters along the lakeside promenade. Towards the eastern end, there is the marketplace at where you can ride the Ferris wheel or some other attractions. Around that corner you find plenty of snacks, especially inside this big hall. Overall, the market really provides a perfect balance between food options and present ideas. Even along the lake promenade on the main market you have foodie stalls selling snacks like waffles, crêpes or various other sweets. As much as you're going to enjoy it on this market with all the beautiful decorations and the stalls, you'll even be more enchanted when you witness the very highlight, the arrival of Santa. On an hourly basis for 3 times daily up from 4:30 p.m, Santa will fly on his sledge above the lake. I have to say, this is really something unique and makes this market stand out from the others. Well, the hype on social media totally justifies that. Now I'm really curious, what do you think about this Christmas market so far? Please let me know down in the comments. And also I'm really interested, what do you like about Christmas markets in general? And if you have been enjoying this video until now, then please give it a like. With that you give me a lot of support, that really matters. And then I would say let's continue with number 10, that would be the Christmas market of Bremgarten. You would not expect to find the largest Christmas market of Switzerland in this town. Bremgarten is a wonderful medieval city that charms with a very nice old town and its wooden bridge. For 4 days, the entire old city will be busy with a Christmas market. In every alley, at every corner, you'll find plenty of stalls with interesting present ideas. As you stroll through the market, you will soon come to the same conclusion as I did. If you have no idea what gifts to get for Christmas, at Bremgarten, you will hardly leave without having bought anything. The old city hosts the artisan stalls, while outside you'll see more foodie stalls. Especially across the river Rhein, there you'll find plenty of typical snacks like waffles, Baumstriezl and more. Besides the many stalls, there are a couple of other nice things to experience. Frequently you'll see Trychler marching through the old city. There will be also a group playing alpine. St. Nicholas will give sweets to the kids. And also very enchanting is the arrival of the train, especially when it crosses the bridge. The market is usually very crowded. Thus, I highly advise you to visit it on Thursday, just when it's opening. With number 11, let's change again to the French-speaking part of Switzerland, to the Christmas market of Gruyère. Strangely, this Christmas market is not very famous despite this old town being a hotspot, especially during the summer season. What makes this Christmas market special is the medieval atmosphere in this village, the many stalls being surrounded by these wonderful old buildings. In this list, Gruyère's Christmas market is one of the smaller ones. There are not too many stalls, which makes it quite possible to explore all of them. Compared to the larger Christmas markets in Zurich, Basel or Bern, here you won't find the typical goods sold. Instead, the market of Gruyère feels less commercialized and more local. Many artisans are here to sell their products, clothings, toys, jewelry and more. The most beautiful part of the market is in the center. Here you only find artisan stalls. The ones selling foods are by the city wall. This setting makes this market feel a lot more Christmassy than others like the one at Zurich's Europaallee. Talking about the food, Gruyère itself got many great restaurants with local cuisine serving specialties like fondue or desserts with double cream. Because of this, the Christmas market is not having a lot of foodie stalls. Not only are there many great restaurants in Gruyère, but also you can buy many souvenirs. On the days of the Christmas markets, these shops will remain open for longer than usual. All in all, nice but small cute Christmas market which is open for several weekends up from late November until before Christmas. Number 12, the town where I'm from, and that would be the Christmas market in Schaffhausen. This is one of the smaller Christmas markets on this list. Schaffhausen hosts an annual market at the Abbey zu Allerheiligen, which is open for one weekend on a Saturday and Sunday. The market is fully indoors and charms with its Christian vibe due to the location. Perfectly sheltered from any rain or cold wind, you can stroll around the corridors and see the various artisan stalls selling you unique gifts. Like many of the other markets presented in this top 15 list, in Schaffhausen you also find predominantly local vendors. If you look for a unique gift, Schaffhausen's Christmas market is a good location. Perhaps getting some wooden utensils for your kitchen, special fragrant soaps or other decoration items, the artisans here may likely surprise you. The market is divided into two sections, the one with the artisans in the Abbey and the other one with the foodie stalls outdoors, just in front. Unlike the other markets that are more magical during sunset and dusk, the one in Schaffhausen is best to be visited during the day. With that, you can go to a second market in the evening, good to combine with Zurich, Stein am Rhein or Basel. I'm pretty sure many of you have been waiting for it. Number 13 will be the Christmas markets in Zurich. Zurich is full of Christmas markets, which are all quite different. Whatever you prefer, more towards hanging out, looking for presents, or simply enjoying a beautiful Christmas atmosphere, in Zurich you'll find all of that. Zurich hosts at least 7 Christmas markets. Probably the most talked about is the Weihnachtsdorf Bellevue at the Sechseleutenplatz, just in front of the Opera House. If you like heavy lighting decorations and finding various kinds of international foods, that market will be perfect for you. There is a very large Christmas tree, also merry-go-round, and some artisan stalls. If you prefer it a bit smaller and cozier, then the market at the Münsterhof is a good place to go to. Here you can find some nice Christmas gifts or simply hanging out for a drink. The atmosphere, furthermore, is quite enchanting. Really nice is the singing Christmas tree at the Wertmühleplatz, close by the main station. There will be many choirs of adults and kids. The other important market of Zurich is the Christkindlmarkt at the main station. Here you find a good mix of artisan and foodie stalls. It's a good place to look for a Christmas gift. Usually you'll find something nice in here. In the middle there is a big Christmas tree. Traditionally it was sponsored by Swarovski. Last year it was from Lindt. Near the train station there is another market at the Europaallee, which comes along in the same style as the Christmas village at the Bellevue. This Christmas market is basically a street food festival. Various international cuisines are present here, like from the Middle East, Africa, Taiwan, and so on. Oh, and yes, there are also some artisan stalls. A very highlight is the Illuminarium at the National Museum. That market is very festive, a perfect Christmas wonderland. If you love beautiful lighting decorations paired with good music and having a drink with your friends, then you'll be right in here. There is also the art festival with a spectacular light show at the yard. You can purchase the tickets at the market itself. Besides the Christmas markets, also consider walking through Zurich. There are nice parts with beautiful Christmas lightings, like at the Hotel Restaurant Stoche, at the Strehlgasse, the Rennweg, or even at the Augustinergasse. Number 14, a very beautiful Christmas market here in Switzerland. That will be the one in Einsiedeln. This is a market you definitely need to put on a list. Einsiedeln's Christmas market is said to be among the most beautiful ones of Switzerland. Held in front of the monastery church and the old town of Einsiedeln, the market charms with a brilliant atmosphere. Einsiedeln is an important center for pilgrimage. Many people come here to visit the church and its Black Madonna. The importance of Einsiedeln as a place for religious tourism is also reflected in the many stalls around. You'll find plenty of religious items like nativity scenes figurines, various types of angels, candles, and more. With this, Einsiedeln hosts the most Christian Christmas market in all of Switzerland. The market is quite large. Already on the square in front of the monastery church, you have plenty of stalls with unique artisan products and foods. Further down along the main road in the old center of Einsiedeln, there are even a lot more. For this market, you need at least 2 hours to explore it. There are many brilliant artisan stalls around, great local specialties to try like confections or heavenly egg liqueur. Also, try out the Glühwein here. I had one of the best ones on any of the Swiss Christmas markets. Einsiedeln is located on nearly 900 meters above sea level. The chance for snowfall up there is higher than elsewhere. Who knows? Maybe you're going to be there when there is snowfall. And now, the last of these top 15 most beautiful Christmas markets of Switzerland. Let's take a look at how the Christmas market in Gstaad looks like. The smallest and most local among these top 15 Christmas markets is in the wonderful old town of Gstaad. Probably most of you have never heard of this market before. If you prefer it simple and less commercial, this market will be the right one for you. Located in the alleys Ober-, Unter- and Killergasse, the market is embedded into a very beautiful surrounding. There are a few stalls only. You can buy locally made Christmas gifts or even homemade snacks, and this for less money than on most of the Christmas markets presented in here. As this market is mainly for people from the region, it is only open on one Friday in early December. So many beautiful Christmas markets here in Switzerland. Now I'm really curious, which Christmas market did you like the most? Please let me know down in the comments. And if you want to know what are the best things to do in Switzerland during winter, then let's meet over there. Otherwise, if you're more interested in a particular region here in Switzerland, then this video will be right for you.